That at 6.
And we'll see you at 6 o'clock.
On World News Tonight this Wednesday, Dr. Jack Kevorkian is charged with murdering one of his patients. Millions of people saw the man die on television. Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's disease. What does it mean for a younger person? The government is spending $15 million to help improve a private ski resort. Is this a good way for the government to spend your money? And we'll take a closer look at the financial power of teenagers, how they spend and where. Where's Terry? Good evening, everybody. We're going to begin in Michigan tonight. That's where Dr. Jack Kevorkian has been charged with murder today. Millions of people saw Dr. Kevorkian kill a man on television, and if a jury believes that it is murder, then this most radical advocate of mercy killing may be sentenced to life. There are several legal questions here. We're going to start first with our legal correspondent, Terry Moran. Terry, there you are. Sounds pretty open and shut, at least at a distance, is it?
Well, the facts aren't in dispute here, Peter. There's no question about that. This is a case, however, which will come down to an argument. It's about the rhetoric of mercy killing, of euthanasia. Jack Kevorkian and his lawyers have proved expert in the past at stirring up the jurors' emotions, appealing to their sense of mercy for the plight of, in this case, Thomas Houck. And the prosecutor is kind of at a disadvantage because they tend to talk about generalities, the rule of law, and it's Jack Kevorkian and his team who focus on the actual suffering that the jurors will witness.
And yet in Michigan there is an actual law which Dr. Kevorkian appears to have contravened.
Absolutely. Not only is there a law against assisted suicide, but he's been charged with murder. And there is a difference this time around. When Jack Kevorkian started this several years ago, he was like a prophet in the wilderness. He was awakening the people to this issue. Now, however, people in Michigan, through their legislature and directly last November, have dealt with this through the democratic process. So he's not just defying a faceless government, he's defying the voters.
It's interesting that he was let out on bail today on the promise that he wouldn't assist in any other suicide.
Well, Jack Kevorkian is a wild card for any judge to handle. The last time he was put in jail, he started starving himself, and I think that the judge in this case took his word that he would not participate in any assisted suicides during the pendency of this case and let him go.
Terry, thank you very much. Terry Moran, our legal affairs correspondent on Dr. Kevorkian, who was charged with murder today in Michigan and is out on bail on basically his own recognizance. Now we're going to go overseas today because in London there was very much of an unexpected legal setback for the former military ruler of Chile. Britain's highest court has ruled that Augusto Pinochet does not have immunity from arrest. General Pinochet has long been held responsible for the murder and disappearance of thousands of people during the nearly 20 years that he ruled in Chile. A prosecutor in Spain has charged him with murdering Spanish citizens, and Spain wants to put him on trial. Here's ABC's Richard Gisbert.
The conventional legal wisdom was that this would probably be General Pinochet's last day of detention at his London hospital. It was his 83rd birthday, and someone sent him some cake. Pinochet had a plane standing by to take him home. Justice! Justice! Even the general's enemies felt that Pinochet would win. Justice! Luis Munoz was tortured by the regime. His wife is still missing.
My feeling is like it's gonna go in Pinochet's favor.
Then the ruling from the 5 so-called law lords, the British Supreme Court. Britain was deciding today whether former heads of state are above prosecution for crimes against their own people. The first 4 judges were split, 2 for, 2 against. The 5th broke the tie.
Senator Pinochet does not have immunity from prosecution.
Today is an historic moment for the people of Chile, for the people of Britain, for the people of Latin America, and for all the people in the world, because finally justice has been done.
In Chile, there was joy among Pinochet's opponents and anger from his many supporters. Lawyers say today's ruling puts dictators everywhere on notice.
If you're accused of doing absolutely outrageous things, then you can expect to be held to account for those outrageous things.
The British government can still overturn today's court ruling and decide not to extradite General Pinochet to Spain, but that is considered unlikely. Today wasn't the general's last chance to escape prosecution, but it was his best chance. Richard Gisbert, ABC News, London.
When we come back, a very celebrated case of Parkinson's disease and Parkinson's disease in the young in general.
This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings, brought to you by Charles Schwab.
What can I help you with on the account?
I kind of need some help. I'm sitting here and I'm not sure how to invest online. I keep feeling like people know more than I do. And so I sit here and I read as much as I can. I have a lot of investing books. This is what's nice about being online, is that you can sit out in the office at 10 o'clock at night and look to see what to invest in.
Were you trying to place a trade on there?
You know what? I have some money and I want to invest it into a mutual fund, and I kind of need your help. This is the money I'm going to live off of when I'm old and gray.
Searching for an echinacea to help support your immune system? Nature's Resource knows you should look for an echinacea that contains glycolic acid and polyphenols to get results. And unlike some, Nature's Resource guarantees the potency and purity you need. Make your herbal resource Nature's Resource. Follow the knowledge.
Great meal. Uh-oh, gas pressure. What now? What else? Gas-X, with the most powerful medicine for fast relief. Nothing works faster.
Hey, want to go for ice cream?
Gas-X, the power to fight gas fast.
The actor Michael J. Fox revealed today that he's suffering from Parkinson's disease. He was diagnosed 7 years ago when he was only 30. Parkinson's most often affects older people. The average age of onset is 57. The Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat is believed to suffer from Parkinson's. The Pope's tremor has been unmistakable for some time. Attorney General Janet Reno has Parkinson's. It is an incurable, though treatable, disorder of the central nervous system that stiffens the muscles, slows movement, and produces tremors which get worse over time. Michael Fox says his symptoms have become severe enough to affect his work on occasion, which basically means he gets tired. But more to the point, perhaps he leads a very active life, which includes ice hockey. And he believes that by talking about Parkinson's now, he can help others. Many questions about this disease, so we're going to turn to our medical editor, Dr. Tim Johnson. Tim, we're very struck by the fact that Michael Fox is as young as he is. Not common, right?
Not common. Only about 5% of cases are diagnosed under age 40. Interestingly enough, when they are diagnosed at that age, the usual symptom is a tremor, which is what he has struggled with. You don't often see the full-blown symptoms at that age until a later age.
Now, Michael Fox has had some surgery, and we have a little bit of video of surgery almost exactly that which he had. Can you explain what's happening as it goes along?
Well, I think what we're going to see is the example of patients before and after a procedure in which they go in. Here, before, here's obviously the after again. And in these procedures, they actually go into the brain and destroy a small part of the brain that is thought to be responsible for the symptoms. There are several different procedures. One is called a pallidotomy. That's the most common one. The kind that Michael Fox had is called a thalamotomy, and that destroys a slightly different area concerned mainly with tremor. But I should point out that there are some other procedures on the horizon, including electrical stimulation and the use of fetal tissue, and even now some gene therapies. The bottom line for most people is to take medication, and Mr. Fox is also reportedly taking Sinemet, which is the most common medicine for
He's
Parkinson's.
a very active guy, as I said, including the fact that he plays hockey. Can he continue to be active under these conditions for a long period of time?
It's unpredictable in any given individual, but that clearly is the hope. And today, with the new medicines and with the new procedures, we think people can live long and productive lives.
Thank you, Tim, very much. Tim Johnson, our medical editor, up in Boston tonight. Scientists in Chicago today think they have found, this is far less serious in a way, think they've found a way to grow hair in mice. They have isolated a chemical that causes hair follicles to form. The researchers say the chemical made the mice exceptionally hairy. Hold on, gentlemen, they're not sure yet if they can produce similar results in humans. In our next segment tonight, the millionaire, the mountain road which you are paying for.
It's coming, and this time there's something new.
Now there's a wind tunnel by Hoover that's self-propelled, so it almost works by itself. Tests show wind tunnel picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright. And now you can get one that's self-propelled. Self-propelled wind tunnel.
Life's an adventure because you're over 50 and still exploring. So take the Centrum made just for you, Centrum Silver, with age-essential nutrients specially adjusted to keep pace with your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver, it's a great time to be silver.
Alero by Oldsmobile. Now with special 3.9 financing for $1,600 in average finance savings. Alero by Oldsmobile. Start something.
No, this isn't a jeans commercial. It's about constipation. You're bloated, not yourself. If your size 10s feel like 2s.
FiberCon has natural fiber action to relieve bloating constipation.
I'm myself again.
FiberCon, be regular, be yourself.
The Home Depot is offering this Black & Decker drill for an incredibly low $17. You'll also find this Black & Decker jigsaw for an unbelievable price of just $17. And this Black & Decker finishing sander, you guessed it, just $17. Great tools at a great price. You'll find all three at the Home Depot, but you might want to hurry. Anyone with a workshop is going to want one.
Tonight in our report about how the government spends some of your money, the millionaire land developer, the road he wants the rest of us to pay for, and the Winter Olympics, which is how this got to be an issue in the first place. From Snow Basin, Utah tonight, ABC's John Martin.
Earl Holding owns Sinclair Oil, a hotel chain, and the Sun Valley Resort in Idaho. By one count, he's worth $833 million. For 15 years, he's been developing Snow Basin, a ski resort near Ogden, Utah. This state road runs 9 miles right to his lodge, but that's too far for him.
So he wants a second road cut here. It'll run 3 miles over the mountains, save maybe 10 minutes, but cost $15 million.
Originally, Holding promised to pay for it himself, but then Salt Lake City won the 2002 Winter Olympics and chose Holding Ski Resort for the downhill races. Now Holding has changed his mind about that road. You're going to pay for it. We asked his resort manager why.
So that they can move the people efficiently in and out. And security is another concern that's been added.
Could you hold the games here if you didn't have that road, that little 3-mile road?
No, you couldn't.
Not so, says Howard Peterson, a former president of the U.S. ski team.
I think the taxpayers should feel very badly about this.
Peterson surveyed the site for the U.S. Olympic Committee and found the existing road even better than those used for recent Olympics in Europe.
It really comes down to the development of that resort.
So it'll help make it a commercial success, but it isn't needed for the Olympics?
It's not needed for the Olympics.
Even the U.S. senator who got the money from Congress admits as much.
It's not absolutely necessary, but frankly, it's very prudent.
But why didn't Salt Lake City mention it when it bid for the games? And what about the state of Utah or the local Olympic Committee with $1.4 billion to spend? Would they be willing to pay for it? No way. His defenders point out that developer Holding is putting more than $60 million of his money into the facilities here. But after all, he gets to reap the profits once the games are over. And he gets to keep that $15 million road, the one built with your money. John Martin, ABC News, Snow Basin, Utah.
Still on the money tonight, a bold prediction from the head of the International Monetary Fund. The worst of the global financial crisis, he says, is over. Speaking in Madrid today, Michel Camsus said a global recession could be avoided. But the treatment, meaning economic reform in countries which need it, is far from complete. On Wall Street today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up more than 13 points to close at 93.14. On the NASDAQ, stocks were up a little more than 19 points. The Internal Revenue Service is looking for nearly 100,000 people to whom it owes money, $68 million in tax refunds, to be precise. They were never delivered because taxpayers gave the wrong return address. A record in sales. Country singer Garth Brooks' new CD, Double Live, has sold more than 1 million copies in a week. And shares of the giant oil company Mobil shot up 5% today on news that it may be about to buy rival Exxon. It would be if it goes through one of the largest industrial mergers ever. And from Russia, another bad indicator. The Russian government is now paying guards along its northern border with free hunting licenses. That way they can hunt elk for food this winter. When we come back, the power spenders, 13 to 20.
When you serve French's traditional green bean casserole, made with the tasty, crispy crunch of French's French fried onions, it'll disappear as quickly as the holidays.
Smile, you've got French's.
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and...
Get some farf, too.
Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farm.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
Get the last 6 weeks of NFL Sunday Ticket free when you get DirecTV.
T-Bone, T-Bone, looking for a T-Bone, chewy, meaty T-Bone, at the big T-Bone store. There's one. No, that's not one. Over there. No, over on the shelf. Oh, too green. Wait a minute there. A whole package of little chewy, meaty T-Bone steaks. Yahoo! I'm waking up.
Mama brought you some T-Bones dog snacks.
Made with real meat, so dogs think
it's a T-Bone.
Resealable T-Bones, brand from Purina. Dogs don't know it's not a T-Bone.
It's a T-Bone.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor about Prilosec. 1 capsule daily can provide complete 24-hour heartburn relief because it controls acid for 24 hours. 24 hours. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Call to learn more. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Want 24-hour heartburn relief with 1 daily dose? Ask your doctor about the most prescribed acid control medicine in America, Prilosec.
With the Dremel rotary tool system, you can remove old grout, cut drywall, clean golf clubs, drill pine cones, install a smoke alarm, ID electronics, shape tile, and more. The Dremel rotary tool. For more than 65 years, it's been the one tool to count on. Did I mention it, Cutts?
We're going to take a closer look at teenage power this evening. We don't mean to be particularly commercial on the eve of Thanksgiving, but as we all know, once we have given thanks, this particular weekend is renowned for its shopping. And no matter where you shop, you will not be able to miss the fact that it is the younger consumer who is the important one. First, here's ABC's Jane Clayson.
Ask any teenager at any mall in America, and they will tell you what it means to shop.
It's just a need. It's just a want to spend. Money burns your pockets, so it's just you just have to spend.
And spend they do.
How much do you think you spend a week?
Around $40.
My friends probably spend $150 a week.
Kids are spending record amounts of money, an average $75 a week. That's a staggering $100 billion of disposable income every year, 2 times what teens spent just a decade ago. Where is it all coming from? Most kids still get their money the old-fashioned way, odd jobs, gifts, allowances, but they're also responsible for spending more of their parents' money. With 2 career families, kids are now entrusted with what used to be adult buying decisions.
They're going to the food stores, they're going to the mass merchandisers, and they're buying things for the household. They're having an influence even over what sort of automobiles are purchased for the family, sorts of vacations.
It is a fundamental shift in buying power, and retailers especially are capitalizing on it. Stores catering to preteen and teenage shoppers are popping up all over the country. Last year, the Limited 2 reinvented itself with psychedelic decor and makeup counters that cater to 12-year-olds. Company profits surged almost 25%.
All of our communication before was directed to the parent, and we decided that really the most influential person here is the girl. And so now all of our communication is directed to the girl.
You're pretty expert on this store, huh?
Advertisers, too, are marketing not to parents, but directly to kids. Snow. What will all of this mean for a powerful new generation of spenders?
They're going to be the most sophisticated group of consumers this country has seen.
In many ways, they already are. Jane Clayson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, let's continue this for a moment. Most of the teenagers we know are not out there shopping for or hoping to be given a toy for Christmas. But if they were, we think even they might be shocked. Sticker shocked, that is. Here's ABC's Aaron Hayes.
It has started already. The searching.
I was here for Zelda. Zelda's not coming in till this afternoon.
The spending.
We spend too much. Too much.
Parents lining up under pressure to nab that just right toy for Christmas.
Furby. Furby's also.
Furby?
Furby is typical of toys in demand this year, called interactive.
For $34.99, it's the best AI, artificial intelligence, you got.
One of the reasons toys are more expensive is many are loaded with computer chips that give them huge vocabulary. They can respond to touch, to light.
Don't stop now. Please lay in.
Much more sophisticated than toys were just a few years ago. Some can now link directly to the internet. Fancy, expensive, and for as young as 3 years old.
You're my special friend.
Interactive Internet Barney is more than $100. Video games have better graphics and higher price tags, up to $200 for everything. High expectations this year, even among low-tech toys. Some Barbie dolls are going for almost $300. And for your toddler, you can buy a little Mercedes-Benz for more than $100.
Parents tend to want to get what their children are screaming loudest for, and there's no question that more expensive toys tend to be higher on their list lately.
Many parents are encountering wish list sticker shock.
We've already done about half of our shopping so far, and we've already gone over what we did last year.
Well, you have to spend a lot of money to get anything now.
Not necessarily. There are still plenty of toys out there that are lightly priced and loved by kids. One of the most popular this year is about $12. The yo-yo.
They're going crazy over the yo-yo. It's like a recycling of trends, and they love it.
Still, the toy industry, which experienced a slump much of this year, is pushing hard to move the big items. Kids are responding. But parents are advised to take a deep breath.
Maybe next time.
And remember, the point is to enjoy the holidays. Aaron Hayes, ABC News, Atlanta.
In a moment, the alternative dinner.
Which of these two computers is perfect for you? The one that was built 2 months ago, or this one, which hasn't been built yet? Gateway wants to ask you some questions first. How fast do you want to go? Movie buff? How many kids? Any future Rembrandts? The perfect computer should be exactly what you want it to be. Starting at $999 all the way up to your dream system. Call 1-800-GATEWAY and get more out of the box.
Just a thought, that's what Einstein said. Just a view of the future, 2 paces ahead. Thinking about me, thinking about you. All the good things a little good thinking can do. Good thinking means new ways of looking at things. Little Lisa was smiling cause she could see wings spring from the brush. With each stroke of genius, the good things a little good thinking can do.
On 2020 Tonight, a Diane Sawyer exclusive. Ken Starr. He's faced Congress. Now he answers the questions they didn't ask.
Do I have a right to ask you about your sex life?
Don't miss 2020 Tonight.
Just a brief review of our top story today. Dr. Jack Kevorkian was charged with murder today for killing one of his patients. Millions of people saw it on television. He was also charged with breaking Michigan's assisted suicide law and delivery of a controlled substance. Dr. Kevorkian turned himself in this afternoon. As you can see, a judge ordered him released on $750,000 bond. And so the battle over euthanasia and assisted suicide goes to court. Dr. Kevorkian faces life in prison if he is convicted of murder. Finally this evening, the alternative Thanksgiving dinner. The National Turkey Federation tells us that 90% of Americans will have turkey for lunch or dinner tomorrow. Not that they're pushing dinner, or turkey dinner, of course. ABC's Morton Dean, on the other hand, knows that there is also tofu.
Whether any pilgrims took pride in being vegetarians is not known. So it's safe to assume that preparing dinner for guests on that first Thanksgiving probably was easier on the hosts than it is now. Turkey, Nancy?
Doesn't appeal to me. It's revolting.
There are many thousands of Americans, not unlike 11-year-old Nancy Pine, who say you can take a turkey and, well, stuff it.
I'm cooking my own stir-fried tofu thing and bringing it with me in a Tupperware box.
On this meat-oriented holiday, more and more Americans seem to be searching for meatless alternatives. How about a tofurkey? It's mainly tofu. It's in major supermarkets this year for the first time.
It looks like a turkey.
It looks like a turkey.
Will it taste like a turkey?
It should taste a little like a turkey, but it certainly doesn't sound like a turkey.
And if a tofurkey doesn't make your mouth water, what about an unturkey? It's mostly wheat gluten.
It fills up a big platter. It looks like the real thing. When you cut into it, there's even sections that look like dark meat and light meat.
Even most restaurants now cater to vegetarian tastes on Thanksgiving Day. New York's Four Seasons.
We have roasted peppers, broccoli, carrots, snow peas. We have couscous, spinach. And we have a little pumpkin with pumpkin puree and cranberries right on top of it.
Sort of looks like the turkey here.
Like a little bit.
But what happens if all those vegetarian delights share a table with a traditional turkey?
What do you do then?
Well, I try to sit as far away from it as I can.
And with so many vegetarians around the Thanksgiving dinner table these days, she won't be lonely. Morton Dean, ABC News, New York.
That is our report on World News Tonight. It goes without saying that we hope you have a very happy and meaningful Thanksgiving. On 2020 this evening, Diane Sawyer's exclusive interview with Kenneth Starr. And on Nightline, how is it that in these extraordinary economic times, some people still have to rely on the food banks? I'm Peter Jennings. Good night.
Tomorrow, giving away money. Who does it and why? Is it only for the rich? Where most money comes from may surprise you. Watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source. ABC News.